Hi, all. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are or when you're watching, or even good evening. Wanted to pop on real quick. Thank everybody for their concerns about us here and me in Buffalo with the storm. It's pretty much over now. I'm about to go back out and snowblow, getting in my gear here. I think we only got a few more inches overnight, and then we start melting tomorrow. So, yeah, no problem. Not a lot of wind with this one, which makes it better, always to have less wind. I mean, it's less cold when you're out there, and it's also, you don't get as much of the drifting and all that garbage too. Or, whiteouts and things where, people haven't been driving anyway. Now they're starting to resume driving, but when there's high winds combined with the snowstorms, then that can be dangerous because you get what I call whiteouts, and it is hard to see on the road. So you have to not be on the road or be very, very careful, or et cetera, et cetera. But last night I had another very interesting dream, which I'm still processing. Here's she's here. You here, buddy? Oh, you can see a tail there. Oh, there's a head. Yeah, hey, buddy. I had a dream I'm still processing, and so thoughts are welcome. It was kind of kind of an astrology slash time dream. I could. I'm not sure of the order of these things, but I could see. I could see the planetary formations of the current time, and I was aware in the dream, like I could see omnisciently from space, like that Earth and other planets, and even it seemed like planets from outside, like even systems from outside of this system, other solar systems, or within the galaxy, had clicked into a weird period of time, which has been what all the psychics have been saying as we transition from astrologically and astronomically from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, and Aquarian energy, which is supposed to be more agreeable than Piscean energy in general, with to the extent that I understand it, which is very limited with astrology. And so I have an astrology friend who has said more than once that she's been expecting things in the world to greatly improve, like 2023, 2024, 2025 onward, as we exit a period of tumultuousness, which is quite obvious given everything we've experienced. So in this dream, that's what I was seeing. I could tell that we had been in a period of extended weirdness because of the way the planets were positioned and how things looked in the sky. And I was like, oh, that doesn't look good. And but then I also had the sense that it was starting to that it was improving. That again, as the celestial bodies continue to move, then we were moving out of it. So that, I think, was really the message of the dream. And there was also a little bit of a time loop aspect. There was a sense that people were actually saying, well, don't worry about your current problems, because we're just heading for a reset anyway. So, like as if we were gonna jump time loops, like from a like a troubled time loop to a better time loop. And I hear the psychics talk about this sometimes, where they say like we can sort of like we have multiple. It's almost like a choose your own adventure future. Like we have multiple potential futures, and we move from timeline to timeline depending on the collective energy. And if we collectively keep things up and we choose to do more of the good, and we embody more of the good, then we can we can actually steer ourselves towards the elevated timelines, the more benevolent timelines. And it's an interesting concept. I don't know how I feel about it entirely because it has some other implications if you embrace it fully, that I don't necessarily know how I feel about. But leaving that aside, in this dream, just for the purposes of the dream, that it was just clear. They're like, everybody was like, yeah, don't worry about what you're doing now because we're gonna have a reset, and we're gonna go back a little bit in time too, and everything's going to be better than it was this last couple years. So just chill out until then and wait for the reset, and then everything will be golden. So it's funny, like, because people had the sense that they were even going to get another chance to do certain events in their life over. Like, it seemed like, kind of in my head, it seemed like maybe the reset was gonna, like, we were maybe even gonna go back like 10 years, and like redo them, and they would be better. But I don't know, I don't know if that means that, I don't know, it goes off the deep end quick. I don't know if that means that, like, we would, the past 10 years would just be changed, like the history would have just been changed, and then we would still be in the same place in the present, but our past wouldn't have been as traumatic because it had been reset and corrected, or whether that meant we would actually literally go back and like live 10 years again. I don't. That's not going to happen. We're not going to go back. Nobody wants to go back and live these 10 years again unless it's completely different and none of the things that we've been through happen at all. Like, politically, the pandemic, you name it. No one wants to relive these 10 unless those things were absent. So I'm fairly certain the dream is more symbolic than literal. But still, I like the idea that everybody was just saying, hey, don't worry about anything. Reset is on. We're on the new, we're going to be getting on that new timeline, and everything's going to be a lot better. So maybe that's my message for the day. It was weird to see those planets though, and then like actually be able to see the pattern and be like, oh, that's why things are so goofy. And then to know also that it would pass, because in astronomy and astrology, the planets just keep moving. They have to. So these cycles that we go through, these big ups and these big downs, they never last forever, even if they seem like they're going to. The best times don't last forever. The worst times don't last forever. It's all change, and it's always like up and down and back and forth, and leans this way, leans that way, and then balance, and all this stuff that we're told about that is hard to believe. Like, sometimes that things will be better, but I really feel like things will be better. So there you go. That's my little crazy cosmic time loop astrology dream. Okay, time to finish my tea and snowblow. So see you next time, I hope. Thanks again for watching, and comments always welcome. Bye.